coming in, a lot of youth coming in. This is going to be a great challenge tonight. Number 2 in the standings right now, Villanova versus number 1 UConn.
Let's do it. Our crew is Puolani Spurlock, Karen Prieto, and Fatu Sissoko Stevens. And it's secured by the Wildcats. And an early tie-up. I mean, this rarely happens, but now it's UConn ball. The Huskies who went against Marquette over the weekend, 71-56. Yes, they only won by 15 points, but don't panic. But that's why Quinones, with her presence, the rebounding, they're going to really look forward to that off the bench here tonight.
Sarah Strong and Azzi Fudd are the only 2 UConn players who average double figures in scoring. Quinones is that third player.
Wildcats get the tie-up and force the turnover. Face the trademark full court pressure of Connecticut. Villanova's 6 straight wins, including over the weekend in Omaha against Creighton. Bascoe to the basket and shooting free throws early on. The sophomore Megan from Milton, Ontario. 1,000 points reached at Xavier a couple of games back. Just a natural communicator and thus a captain on this Wildcat team.
Insane to think that an underclassman could have that impact early, but even in shoot-around, you see the impact she has vocally, putting her teammates in the right position where they've been so dangerous all year.
Williams the dive and the finish, and the assist by Strong.
The patience of Strong.
I know a coach from Northwestern who said when I covered him over the weekend,
oh goodness,
if you're going to turn the ball over, just throw it into the band.
There you go.
Come on, Joe McEwen.
The band doesn't score points off turnovers.
3-pointer for Denae Carter for Villanova. Fudd off the screen. Fudd fires. Fudd, like she always does, scores some mid-range. And Gina Oriema was adamant before the game as the inbounds to McCurry. She missed
another
the layup.
Quick shot.
Fight for the ball, another tie-up. That's the third already, and it's going to go back to UConn. But this team, UConn, tops in the country, assist turnover margin. Williams left it short. Good defense by Carter on the contest.
And keeping UConn to one and done is going to be key for Villanova.
Bascoe in the right spot, and scores against Fudd.
But transition defense by UConn's been excellent on point. They haven't had easy looks at the rim.
Fudd for 3. Nails it for the Huskies.
Azzi Fudd's poise has been so impressive this season. She never gets too rushed, doesn't get too high or too low.
Henry to the basket, and the freshman who's been terrific defensively. 6-foot freshman, Megan, and Henry on the season, 69% at the line. And when you see her in person, you think, okay, she does look like a freshman, but the length and the defensive ability on great.
Where you just look like you're going to go get a block, you're going to get a board, you look like you're athletic, and that's the ultimate compliment.
Sarah Strong nails the 3 for UConn.
UConn's threes have been way too open. They've come from either miscommunication.
Well, pearl there of wisdom from Doug Bruno. Off the steal, Quinones for 2. Up. I think they're going to wave it off.
Used to playing with each other, but the spacing is so good. Everybody understands where everybody is on the floor at all times. Fantastic awareness.
They called the travel on Quinones. Bascoe too much with the dribble against Fudd. And Villanova, Megan, with their 6th turnover already. Into the lane, Arnold, and you heard the slap on the wrist from Denae Carter, the junior from Germantown, Wisconsin. Looking ahead when we get into the conference tournament, but really in between Mohegan and the big dance.
A deep run in the NCAA tournament. But you got to live in the training room during that time.
Oh, yeah. Midway point first quarter. Here's Henry, the freshman. Kicks it out to Carter. Sinks the 3.
Spacing and pacing by Villanova on offense. You can get skip passes. You give your...
But a turnover to Carter. Has Allen. Carter to the basket for 2.
Carter has been the X factor in this first quarter for Villanova. She's playing fearlessly right now.
3-point lead for Villanova. Fudd off the dribble, sinks it for 2.
I just love watching Azzi Fudd in the mid-range, kicking it off the dribble. She reads the defense so quickly now, and she's making those decisions at such a high level.
Fudd with 7. She's 3 of 3 with a 3-pointer. Bascoe launches, knocks it down for Villanova.
You know, the shots going in when the player starts running down the floor before the ball even goes.
3 of 5 from 3 of the Wildcats. Sarah Strong, one-legged, scores for UConn.
It's Dirk Nowitzki-esque, the way she's able to go into the paint, keep her shoulder squared off one leg.
But it's so true. Sophomore, preseason player of the year, body spill through the 5-hole of Heckel. Fudd from Strong, skip it out. Shade working baseline, and Ashlyn Shade motors in for 2.
Ashlyn Shade doesn't get talked about enough with everything she does for UConn. She dives on the floor for loose balls. She takes charges. She just gets into the right positioning.
On this Ash Wednesday. All right, final minute here for Villanova, Megan. And the Wildcats, the timeout to kind of slow things down here. Bascoe hits the three-pointer.
Last time these two played, UConn was able to score 36 points off turnovers.
Entry to Strong. Good finish there.
I wish I knew how to play NBA Jam. I didn't have video games growing up except for Mario Kart.
I've dated myself. 6 seconds. Back cut. Beautiful pass. Missed layup. But it's cleaned up by Henry. And at the buzzer, Villanova takes a 3-point lead at the end of the first quarter. So Megan McEwen, what's changed after 10 here tonight?
Villanova's poise has been excellent, especially offensively. They're not getting too sped up. They've had some times where they've had costly turnovers, but it hasn't necessarily hurt them that much. And defensively, they've used their length and they've been able to score quickly.
Denae Carter spins and scores. 24-19 Villanova. They deny the gift to Fudd. Strong looking. KK Arnold bumped and missed high off the glass, but Arnold will shoot 2.
Good stop and go by Arnold, going through multiple bodies to absorb the contact.
Mentioned last time we had the game at Creighton a week ago. That was an emphasis from Gino Auriemma. Wants to see more of that before they get into the conference tournament and deeper into March. The rebounding, 11-5 Villanova in the early going.
This is what happened against Marquette when that was a really tight game. UConn could not win that rebounding battle.
And Carter bumps Strong to the deck and picks up Villanova's second. And they want to see that begin to shift, even though they shoot it so well from the field. Quinones swarmed. Rotated to the corner. Fudd drives the closeout. And there's Strong, offensive rebound and a chance now at the line. And Marquette coming up on Sunday. And how about that game on February 25th? That first game at the Garden wasn't enough. Patino, Hurley, Huskies, Red Storm, Part 2.
Sounds like a great drama. Like it should be on Bravo after The Real Housewives.
Wow. I was thinking,
and that's a compliment, by the way.
SVU.
I love The Real Housewives.
I was thinking Lieutenant Captain Benson. 8:31 to go in the second. 24-21 Wildcats. Led by 3 after 1. Fudd misses off the rim twice, and it's tipped out to Danny Cesaretti. So the bench getting a look for Villanova, and the three's rejected. Maybe the pass, whatever it was, by Strong. Tees up a 3. Way off the mark. Sarah Strong with 8 points already, 6 rebounds, a couple of blocks, and now another steal. Leads the break, finds Fudd. Azzi Fudd. Julia Alalfi with the rebound, and she's fouled coming down by Ryan Allen for Villanova.
It's an area they need to grow, and this is a great opportunity to work on finishing plays, getting offensive rebounds, and getting to the line.
For UConn, the volume increases. Sophomore from Cairo, Egypt. Her father coaches the Egyptian women's national team. And 2 for 2 that time. We got a 1-point game. Scoring this quarter, 3-2. Make it 4-2 for the Huskies. Turnovers and some missed shots to begin this frame. Henry, the step, the runner, gets it to go.
Henry is playing fearless off the dribble.
Strong off the screen, too strong. And ripped down by the freshman who's fouled by Alalfi. That's number 2 on UConn. 15 Villanova turnovers, but that's led to only 10 UConn points. It sounds crazy, but you'll take it any day. Bascoe one-legged. That won't go. Back tap, but right to Shade. Here comes KK Arnold. Cross-court Shade. Fakes, fires, scores for UConn.
Great in-rhythm shot by Shade. That was a pump fake.
Megan, first field goal made by the Huskies this quarter. Bascoe into the corner. Cesaretti gets the bounce for Villanova on the 3-ball. Near the midway point of the second. Strong fronted. Good defense by Allen. Held up on the blind side. Arrow says Villanova ball. Yeah, look at Gino Auriemma shoot around. He said, man, I mean, this is really tough to prepare for. Always tough coming down here as Henry misses the three. And I said, what's different from Harry? He said, nothing. It's all the same. Nothing's changed. Hunter Denise Dillon, who played for him. How about Fudd? The scoop on the move without glass.
Where she's the most experienced player on the floor. She's got all the skill sets in the world.
Strong in. Quinones out. And Fudd. What a season it's been. 46% from the three.
Makes her a pro. She's really poised and smooth right now, but staying so balanced. Every shot she takes is in rhythm. It's balanced. Her shoulders are squared. You can't get her off her line. How quick it is, how pure it is.
Under 4 left in the second. A 1-point lead for Villanova. They've led for over 13 minutes of this first half. But they don't lead anymore as Shade sinks the three.
This is what UConn needs to do. Get good offensive possession.
Here's the motion. Opens up a look for McCurry. Nails the three-pointer.
Villanova's getting in-rhythm shots.
Megan, they've made 6 threes so far tonight. Shade fires. Hits it going to her left. The freshman, Kennedy Henry, guarded by Fudd. Skip it out for a 3-ball. That's good. And it's Bascoe with the answer.
Another Villanova 3 off a skip pass.
Strong inside El Alfie. And she's held up and already in the penalties. Minute 15 left in the second. Villanova led by 3 after 1. They are turning the ball over a ton with 17, but they've had a response.
Villanova has not allowed UConn to get into an offensive rhythm, and they also haven't allowed UConn to go on a run. UConn can turn you over and score so quickly and hit threes quickly as well, but they haven't been able to piece together enough possessions like that to where it's been detrimental for Villanova.
Bascoe with a seam. Bascoe with a banker. Like Saquon.
There we go. You know what city you're in.
Yeah, you got to be careful coming from New York to this town. Fudd. Denied. What a swat by Watson. 2 for 1. Chance for Villanova. Bascoe to the rim. Was she fouled or tied up? She's going to shoot free throws.
Villanova University.
I got 2 sons.
Man. I didn't think my hair looked that bad. You ask anybody in this building, the mecca of college basketball is the Palestra.
Yep. Your grandfather, he roamed those halls, didn't he?
Sure did.
Fudd nails the 3 for Connecticut.
In rhythm, coming off square. She's got one of the quickest releases.
Bascoe, 4 seconds. Weaves. 1 second. Is fouled by Arnold with 0.5 on the clock. That's her second.
Because KK Arnold was in the position.
Villanova by 3 after 1. Villanova by 3 at the break against number 1 and undefeated Connecticut. This team's going to be really good next year, but for now, the pieces are in place, and you've got a freshman point guard and a great defender in Kennedy Henry, who's just a freshman, leading the way this year for the Wildcats. Third quarter's underway. You have Strong, Williams, Shade, Fudd, and Arnold for UConn. Azzi Fudd ties the game off the bat with the 3.
Beautiful execution by UConn to start the game, having Fudd come off the screen on the baseline, in rhythm, shoulder square, and she set up her defender perfectly to rub shoulders.
Yeah, was it deflected? UConn saying it was, but the Wildcats will keep it.
Azzi Fudd does not need much room to get that shot on.
Wildcats 6 straight wins coming in, 21 victories. The fit 20-win season under Denise Dillon in her 6 years.
Great defense by Arnold.
8 to shoot. Bascoe avoids a turnover. 3 to shoot. Swarmed the runner. And Strong cleans it up.
Boy, was that ball pressure better by UConn.
Fudd, bounce pass, a good one to Arnold for the basket.
This is the pace that UConn wants to play at, keeping teams to one and done, then quickly coming down and scoring at high percentage areas.
Azzi Fudd with that assist, her second, and a near steal. And it's going back to Connecticut. But since then, a good response from UConn, 8-1. Dump down on the back cut, Sarah Strong. A 7-0 start, Megan, to this third quarter for Connecticut.
Wow.
Denial by Williams against Carter. Fudd against the freshman. Intercept for Bascoe. McCurry runs the floor, spins middle, and finishes.
UConn's on this run to not just fall down. You got to keep fighting here. It's going to be important defensively this possession for Villanova to keep UConn to one and done.
Tough shot. Shade the rebound and the soft touch. Megan McCurry's a great story. Junior, didn't play last year due to a right knee injury. Inbounds to Henry, lost it going up, and corralled by Shade, but McCurry also tore her left knee in high school as a senior in Sparta, New Jersey. But they had committed to her, so she recovered by her freshman year. Williams inside will have a chance at 3 for UConn.
Sarah Williams has made multiple big plays in this second half so far. Defensively, she had a block, got a rebound, and now she's down there scoring right at the rim.
When he hired a young assistant from Norristown, Pennsylvania, named Gino Oriema.
The Philly connections run rampant in basketball. People don't understand the legends and the roots that are in this city. And Phil Martelli, one of the all-time greats.
And on the men's side of basketball, you think of the 5-star camps and Howard Garfinkel and the Poconos. 4 to shoot right now for Villanova. Carter drives the closeout and banks it in.
Good looks in the paint, but also defensively be that presence, be a shot blocker, and be a rebounder.
Yep. Azzi Fudd on a switch against Allen. Finds Quinones. Gets underneath and finishes. From Ecuador, the freshman with 4 now. A 7-point UConn lead is their largest.
Oh, backdoor cut. Hello.
And the Wildcats with the answer.
If you're right, then boom, back cut.
KK Arnold, no. Bascoe finds Henry. The sophomore is fouled.
Defensively, if Villanova can keep UConn to one and done and get out and run and play quick, that's where they're having success, either scoring. They already have 12 fouls. We're not even halfway, well, just a little over halfway now through the third quarter.
14-7 UConn this quarter. A 4-point lead right now.
Great pass.
Almost a clean denial, but instead free throws.
Blanca Quinones and Sarah Strong have similar tendencies in terms of their playmaking and passing. To make a pass from the top of the key to where only Sarah Williams could catch it and put her in a position to score.
With over 6 minutes to go in the third. So Williams converts. 8 to shoot. Bascoe again. Against Quinones. Toys with her. Steps. Fires. Tapped out to Fudd.
It's a good job by Quinones, staying down in his stance.
Funneled Zabel. Rims out just barely. And a tie-up. How many of those have we said tonight? 5 points. She's only taken a 3. Normally shoots it at 41% from beyond the arc. And they've held her in check. Quinones steps through a double team to score.
That's impossible to defend.
3 and change left in the third. Cesaretti bobbled it. And UConn swipes it.
UConn's got to keep their head on a swivel right now because these back cuts have been open for Villanova.
Underneath, bodies on the deck. Bascoe, 3:01 to go in the third. UConn a +10 this quarter. Shea leads in and is fouled.
26 turnovers. It's not allowing them to find an offensive flow. They can't allow second chance opportunities. They got to watch getting back cut.
Shea last year, the 6th Woman of the Year in the Big East. Bascoe to the basket for 2.
Her change of speed is so impressive. Defense comes up out of a stance, and boom, she's all the way at the rim.
Last game against Creighton, scored 21, but on 23 shots. So
straight line drive from the top of the key, that can't happen. Communication and the help side's got to be there. So both teams need to be aware of, okay, now you understand. Well, you may have been able to get away.
In comes El Alfie, out goes Sarah Williams. Strong with the 4 fouls on the bench for Connecticut. Carter with the 4 for Villanova, and sideline for now as well. MD Ntambu from Montreal, Quebec. The freshman backup point guard, seeing time late in the quarter. Bender knocks down the 3.
Beautiful flare screen, just gets her feet set under her.
Largest lead, 9 for the Huskies, was 5 for Villanova. Arnold streaks in and fouled by Ntambu.
Make sure your momentum's ready to go forward into the shot.
KK Arnold now 2 of 5 at the loss. That's 20 free throw attempts for a team that's trying to get there more often. But Arnold 0 for 2, Fudd the rebound. Resets Zabel, cans it from distance.
If you give Allie Zabel like 1 second to see the rim, it's going in. She doesn't even have to look at it. She could probably shoot that with her eyes closed and it would go in.
Henry can't answer off the heel. In comes Bascoe.
Nobody boxed out in a blue jersey.
But she stepped out of bounds.
You want to talk about beautiful, perfect forms. Allie Zabel is one of my favorite shooters to watch in the game.
47% with over 100 attempts. 2 seconds, maybe 3 between the clocks. El Alfie wants it. It's Fudd on a clear out. Azzi Fudd, mid-range off the dribble. 3 seconds for Villanova. Bascoe, 1 second. Gets it away. And that's it for the third. Connecticut outscores Villanova 26-12, and they lead by 11 after 3. Big story tonight. Connecticut down at the break for the first time this season. But you see that streak of 63 straight league games won, regular season and Big East tournament combined. The last Big East team to beat UConn was St. John's in 2023. Somewhere Joe Tartamella saying, "Yup, that was us." Joey T. Carter playing with 4, and Strong on the bench with 4 for UConn. Bascoe bumped and denied by Zabel.
And the help side defense came over for UConn.
This team's so precise with their cuts. The dumps inside. El Alfie tied up and pushes McCurry.
UConn needs to keep getting the ball inside. A couple of times, Sarah Williams has been open. Jana El Alfie's been open. Coach Oriama looking at her saying, "Jana, turn around."
Fudd relocates for 3. Back of the rim, and there's Bascoe on the weak side. 8th rebound for Jasmine Bascoe. And they've needed it from their guards. Had backdoor for a moment. It's Carter. Defended well, but you can see Fatu Sissoko. I like your mindset. Game like this, top 2 teams in the Big East. It takes a lot to get the whistle as Carter misses the first.
I just went calling Tennessee Ole Miss last night. You know how physical that game was in the SEC?
I saw you got here on the flight, which was great. It gave me a nice firm handshake.
Yes, it was good to make it.
Kim Caldwell last night. But Coach Yo said, "Hey, look, do you like to lose?" She had a lot on her mind.
Ed, you're getting messy right now.
News of the day. Here's Fudd, long 2. That's good for UConn. Fudd now with 20 for Connecticut. Kylie Watson, number 4, in for Villanova. They deny it to Cesaretti. Bascoe, 4 to shoot. Look at the defense by Arnold going over. Bascoe fires. Air ball. Great defense by UConn the entire 30. Gino Auriemma said they're not going to turn it over 26 times. They have 25. And amazingly, when those numbers were high early, they still led.
The difference, though, UConn had 36 points off turnovers last meeting. They don't have that right now.
And they've got Strong back in the game. Henry pops out for 3. And Strong got there first against Watson. Arnold. Strong trailing down the lane for 2.
Like, you got a double-double and you haven't gotten to play as many minutes and probably not the outcome you have wanted production-wise. It's ridiculous.
Nice finish by Cesaretti. Strong 7 double-doubles. You'd think there'd be more. A near 60, 40, 90 season. 60% just about.
Everybody's happy to just shoot 50%.
Well, that's how you get to 60.
That's what they need to do.
That's how do you stop it?
UConn's got to keep getting the ball down. You stop it by throwing multiple bodies. Also, the ball pressure on the outside has to be a lot better on the inbounds pass.
Henry tucks it and can't get the bounce. Now, a little more urgency from UConn this half.
A lot more urgency. First half, they looked like they forgot they had a game. Second half has turned it up, and it started defensively, getting stops.
Shade kept it alive, 8 to shoot. Strong, why not? Hits the three-pointer.
Every piece is important. Whether you're in the game, making an immediate impact, or you're on the bench, you got to still provide that support. And then, of course, being great in practice, showing up every single day. And your time's going to come on the bench. You got to earn it, though. Got to develop into a UConn caliber player.
Strong sets a screen. Fudd hits it.
It's so in rhythm. Azzi Fudd is so smart, reading multiple defenders out there at once.
Denae Carter sets a screen. Henry fires, hits the 3, and she's been waiting for one to go down.
Yeah, but Villanova threw the first punch.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they need to continue doing throughout Big East play. They're going to be an NCAA tournament team. They've proven that tonight. Only 5 losses on the season.
Yep.
Top 40 in the net. They've got to continue building from this type of game, though.
Last year's MOP of the tournament, Azzi Fudd drills the 3. But the steadiness of Fudd is so impressive.
The mental game that she's been able to play this year has been huge. She's playing with a certain level of maturity in her 5th year.
Carter, yes, and a chance at 3 for Denae Carter.
They've grown together and they've made huge strides, not just offensively, but defensively as well. Villanova lost by 49. Look at the score tonight now.
It
Much
was
greater
99
improvement.
to 50. I mean, say that 5 times fast. 10 to shoot, give and go. And it's a bell from Strong. You're seeing why the player of the year who was struggling, couldn't stay on the floor, comes back in and things. I mean, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 19 points. Sinking the threes, Bascoe, and she now has 26. And that was her 100th career three-pointer.
Bascoe is a great scorer. She's really smart and shifty with the ball in her hand.
He would say, if I get down 25, play zone. Let us run it. See how we do. And then if that was a struggle, he'd say, all right, Gino, go back to man. And that was the friendship, maybe the reality, as Carter scores between a couple of Philly guys. Yep. Honored him with a plaque against Georgetown a few weeks back. 38 seconds. Strong. Wow. I mean, the control. But 5 games against Villanova in her career, and Sarah Strong with 5 20-point games. Carter for 3. Nails it in the final seconds. She made 2 threes entering the season, or the game rather, this season. And tonight, she's made 3 of 3.
Really impressive outing for Villanova in this game. Spreading the floor, moving the ball with pace, especially in that first half. A lot to build upon. But this is not going to be looked at as a bad loss by any means in the eyes of the committee. And a lot of respect between those two head coaches.